Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $Dean by any means. There go to PayPal at Dean by any means. You already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Hey y'all, why don't Tank get the same respect that we give Canelo Alvarez, Anthony Joshua, a bunch of other fighters, Lomachenko, you just name them. It's funny in boxing, man. I remember when Devin Haney was fighting Cambosis, right? I'm old enough to remember. And Devin Haney fans was like, they respect Devin because Devin took the same deal. Devin did whatever he had to do to make the fight happen. Um, to become undisputed, taking the same deal as Loma, fighting in Australia, the whole nine. Devin Haney fans praised that part. They praised it. That's one point. Devin Haney fans was the same people that when that so-called offer came from Bill Haney to Shakur Stevenson, you know that 75 fake 25 fake offer that was put out there. Devin Haney fans was the main people talking about Shakur need to take it. He got to understand that Devin undisputed. If he really want the opportunity, he'll go get it. Everybody understood that when it came to Devin Haney. Devin Haney fans was clamoring for that, right? Shakur Stevenson fans, they weren't even just mad at the 25%. They were just saying, well, Shakur should at least offered him 30% because that's what he would have got from the WBC. If they would have went to purse bid or whatever, that would have been Shakur Stevenson's split because that's the minimum split for a purse bid fight for the WBC belt. And Shakur Stevenson fans was perfectly okay with him if he would have just got the 30% of that fight, right? But when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, the real A side in boxing, because he's the A side that people not boycotting Gervonta Davis like they're doing Canelo Alvarez. So don't compare Canelo Alvarez to Gervonta Davis because to me there is no honest comparison. To be honest, the main guys in his division that's trying to fight him, they not doing everything it takes like David Benavidez to make the fight. David Benavidez has unturned every stone to try to fight Canelo Alvarez, and everybody knows it. So to compare him and Gervonta Davis is not even close. But if you is going to use Canelo Alvarez as an example, everybody shows Canelo that respect. Even people that don't like Canelo look at a fighter that's trying to make demands of Canelo. It's like the whole boxing community understands that when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. You got to do whatever you got to do to make the fight when it comes to Canelo. He the A side, he the money man. Everybody gets it, right? Gervonta Davis is not afforded that same respect. And it's sad because he's one of us. He's a black American fighter. Anthony Joshua is from the UK. Gervonta Davis is right here from Baltimore, Maryland. And he's not afforded that same respect that y'all show other boxers. And the part that frustrates me is the blatant flaming hypocrisy, man. If you can understand that Devin's an A side in a fight, or you can understand that George Kambosos is an A side, or you can understand that Lomachenko is an A side. Oh, I do y'all one better. Devin Haney and Devin Haney fans understood that Ryangarcia was the A side. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, these boxers all of a sudden want to say what they not going to do, what they not going to take, what they not going to get, what Gervonta Davis got to do to fight them. And then y'all literally run with the narrative. I don't understand how both can be true. Because if you respect Devin so much for what he did with Kambosos, then how do you not respect or understand that they should take that same approach when it comes to a guy that is 10 to 20 times as popular as Kambosos, is a better fighter, is better in every single aspect of boxing? When y'all clearly say that y'all know that y'all favorite fighter, whether it's Shakur, whether it's Devin Haney, that you understand that he's the B-side. But then you don't understand that he's the B-side. Can somebody please tell me how both of those things could be true because I don't understand how that works. Somebody let Dean know. Because I don't understand how you can understand that somebody is the B side, but then say that they got the right to be making demands. Demands that they did not make to fight lesser fighters when these two fighters that I'm talking about was the B side to other fighters. They didn't make those same demands. But Gervonta Davis is not afforded that respect. You know what I think it come from? First of all, jealousy and envy. Because these other guys, they're popular in their community, a community that we don't come from, so we don't care too much about it. We're not listening to too many all Mexican boxing channels or UK boxing channels. We're not listening to too many of them. But because Gervonta Davis has the American fan base, he's the face of American boxing. And everybody want that shot. So when it comes to Gervonta Davis, they're going to act like they don't understand that, and they want to have some bravado and poke their chests out and show their jewels off, and act like they're on the same level as him when they're nowhere near it. Not monetary. David Benavidez has accomplished a lot too. But we understand that David Benavidez can't make no demands when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. Everybody understands that part. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, we just get oblivious and get ignorant and get and act like we don't understand what's going on out here. We don't understand A-sides no more. We praise Devin Haney for going to Australia. Shakur Stevenson fans had no problem with him taking a 30% purse bid fight with Devin Haney that wouldn't have did not a tenth of what him and Gervonta Davis is going to do. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, we can give Gervonta Davis literally a week in time, literally a week ultimatum. And then when it comes to Devin Haney fans, we could say that he got to send a contract and we not going to fight him at the weight division. And what we not taking, we want $30 million. But didn't ask that for Kambosos, didn't ask that for Lomachenko, didn't ask that from Ryan Garcia, who actually made $30 million with Gervonta Davis. Let me take a sip of this. Hold on, y'all. I need to know how that works. But I know how it works. And I keep telling y'all, it's literally because of Gervonta Davis. See, people, they don't care as much when it comes to Canelo Alvarez and how he conduct business. They don't care as much when it comes to Anthony Joshua and how he conduct business because they're not as invested in their adversaries. They're not as invested in David Benavidez. They're not as invested as the Bronze Bomber. They're not as invested as in those fighters. But Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, with all due respect, they are popular names in the sport of boxing around Gervonta Davis weight division. And a lot of people want to clamor for him as far as that, but they can't even be honest on their own views. Do you understand the A side or don't you? Who runs away from the bag? Gervonta Davis is the first fighter I've ever seen that boxers use everything but the money to not fight him. They all literally know they're going to get their biggest payday, but that is not enough for them. But it's enough for them when they fight in Kambosos. It's enough for them if they was fighting Devin Haney and you Shakur Stevenson, or you was fighting Jermell Herring or whoever the other fighter is. That being their biggest payday was enough for them then. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, they got all of these demands now, and it leaves me to have questions on why, but I know why. It's called envy and jealousy. Because you wish your fighter was at his spot, but y'all really know Tank is like that, so you want your fighter to get the most out of it because you're not as confident that he's gonna beat him the way you was confident that a Devin to beat George Kambosos. Like the way you was confident if you a Shakur Stevenson fan that Shakur would beat a Devin Haney. When it comes to Tank, it seemed like everybody just they on crash out, cash out time. Nah, to get knocked out, I need more. I need an astronomical number. My skills ain't enough to believe in. Forget everybody else out for it that I was the B-side to. When it comes to Gervonta Davis, that's not enough. Your highest payday by far. Triple or double or triple the times and money that you would have got fighting anybody else, that's not enough. You got to stick your chest out when it comes to him. You want to make all these demands and then leave me to have a question on why we don't give Gervonta Davis that same respect. And it is an atrocity because Gervonta Davis has earned it. Gervonta Davis ain't put a gun in nobody's head and make them like him. All Gervonta Davis did was fight people, knock them out, and do backflips off the top ropes. That's all Gervonta Davis has done. He has done more with the same opportunities that these other fighters got. But now they want Gervonta Davis to act like he didn't earn it. They want Gervonta Davis to break to their whim. But never ask that of none of the other adversaries that they favorite fighters have had. And it leaves me a questioning on why. But I tell you again, I know why. Y'all already know what this is, right? Being by any means. And I'll holla at y'all.